Hi, I'm Chen Onki. My topic is a study on the fuzziness of word classes in English grammar. I will first talk about the introduction of my study, and then I will be discussing the concept of fuzzy boundaries in English grammar, that how single word can belong to multiple categories, and the strategies to identify their functions in different contexts. And finally, I will bring out the conclusion. In linguistics, words don't always fit neatly into strict grammatical categories, and that's because some of them are fuzzy. As Adol et al. Explain, fuzzy word has a subjective meaning that they are often ambiguous and in meaning since they are based on an individual's perception. For example, the verb walk can be used in two different ways. It can be used as an intransitive verb, like in the sentence, Winnie walks to school, or as a transitive verb, as in, Winnie walks the dog. And the verb Google can be a proper noun, I use Google, or a verb, I Google the answer. This flexibility shows how word classes often overlap, creating a gradient where boundaries are blurred. Two key phenomena highlight the fuzzy boundaries. The first one is the gradients, that words have some really cool features that they share across different categories. Take swimming, for example. It can be a noun, like in swimming is fun, or a verb, as in I'm swimming. It's not a mistake, it's just how the language works. It's all about the character and flexibility of the language. Art explained that the fuzzy boundary shows categories have a dynamic nature, rather than saying they don't exist. Second is the versatility, that how single word can adapt to different roles. For example, think about the word email. It can be a noun in Mary received an email, or it can be a verb. Please email me. This adaptability is great for a language, but it can also complicate the analysis. Consequently, we have to rely on contextual clues such as the meaning, shape, and position of the word to disambiguate them. We can use 4 linguistic clues to help us navigate the fuzzy boundaries. The first one is the semantic clues. Nouns are likely to help us always there to link what we see, like the phone is charging, the phone. Verbs show what we are doing, like she submit the essay, submit. Adjectives help us to describe things. The sofa is red, red. And please be careful that it is very important to consider the context. The verb run is a noun in the sense of a morning run, but it could be a verb when we say run fast. And the second is the morphological clues. We can also use the affixes and inflections to show different parts of speech. For example, nouns often have suffixes like shen and ness, and verb can be identified by a change in tenses. And the third one is the syntactic clue. We can use the word light as an example. Nouns occupy the subject or object slot. In turns on the light. Verb appear in predicate. In Ben lights the candle. Adjective modify the nouns. In Cindy has a light dinner. Finally, the question test is also useful for checking the lexical function. When you are looking for a noun, you can use the what and who to ask a question. For example, the sentence, the swimming pool starts at 9 o'clock. You can ask, what starts at 9 o'clock? And then you can get the answer, the swimming pool, and it's a noun. When you are looking for a verb, you can use the question, what does X do? For example, the sentence, she eats the breakfast. You can ask, what does she do? And then you can get the answer, eat the breakfast. And it's an action, so it might be the verb. Last but not least, I will talk about the conclusion. Fuzzy boundaries reflect language dynamic nature. Words like light, which can be noun or verb or adjective, thrive in context, and the strategies like semantic, morphological, and syntactic clues help us to decode their roles. And this is my reference list. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.